Have you ever wondered how databases are managed? Today, we dive into the world of Microsoft Access. This tool is a powerful database management system from Microsoft that marries the relational Microsoft Jet database engine with a user-friendly graphical interface and robust software development tools. As a key player in the Microsoft Office suite of applications, Microsoft Access is more than just a database management system. It's a tool that empowers users to create and manage databases with ease. Whether you're dealing with customer information, project management, or tracking inventory, Microsoft Access provides the functionality and flexibility to handle a wide range of data needs. It's not just about storing data, but also about making data work for you in the most efficient way possible. Ready to take a closer look? Let's jump right in. First things first, how do you open Microsoft Access? Well, it's simpler than you might think. If you have the Microsoft Office suite installed on your computer, Microsoft Access is right there, waiting to be discovered. Start by locating your Microsoft Office suite. This can typically be found in your computer's main program list. The exact process may vary slightly depending on your computer's operating system, but generally, it's as easy as clicking on the Start menu and scrolling through your applications. Once you've found the Microsoft Office suite, look for Microsoft Access. It's usually nestled among the other Office applications like Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Just click on it and voila, you've opened Microsoft Access. Knowing where to find and how to open Microsoft Access is your first step in managing databases. It's like finding the key to a treasure chest full of data management tools. Now that you know how to open Microsoft Access, it's time to start creating a database. Creating a new database is your first step in managing data with Microsoft Access. Let's dive right in. Firstly, launch Microsoft Access. On the initial screen, you'll notice two sections, New and Open. To create a new database, click on the blank database option under the New section. Now you're prompted to name your database. It's a good idea to give it a meaningful name that reflects its purpose. For instance, if you're creating a database for a library, you might name it Library Management. After naming your database, choose the location where you want to save it, then click on the Create button. Voila! Your new database is now created. But what you're looking at might seem a bit daunting. Don't worry, let's break it down. You're now in what's called the Database Tools tab. Here, you'll see a variety of options for managing your data. For now, let's focus on the Table Design view, as it's most relevant to creating a new database. In the Table Design view, you can create, modify, and manage tables. Tables are where you store your data. They're like the building blocks of your database, so it's crucial to understand how they work. You'll notice there are several sections in this view. The one with the grid is where you'll define the fields of your table. Fields are the different types of information you want to keep track of. For example, in a library database, fields might include book title, author, and publication date. Below the grid, you have the Field Properties section, where you can set specific properties for each field. This allows you to control the type of data that can be entered into each field, enhancing the accuracy and consistency of your data. To the right, you'll see the Table Tools section. Here you can add new fields, set primary keys, and more. Now you have your very own database, but what next? You'll need to create tables. Tables are where your data lives. Let's create some. Creating tables in Microsoft Access is a breeze, and they're pivotal in organizing your data. So let's dive right in. First off, ensure that you're in the database where you want the table to be created. Look towards the left side of your screen. There, you'll see a sidebar with various options. Click on Table Design, found under the Create tab. This will open up a new window for you to start defining your table. Now let's talk about fields. Fields are like the columns of your table. Each field will hold a specific type of data. For instance, a name field will hold names, an email field will hold email addresses, and so forth. To create a field, simply type the name of the field in the field name box, then select the type of data it will hold from the Data Type drop-down menu. You can choose from text, number, date, time, and many other options, depending on the nature of your data. But remember, each table should have a primary key. A primary key is a unique identifier for each record in your table. It could be an ID number, an email address, or any other unique piece of data. To set a field as a primary key, simply right-click on the row and select Primary Key. Once you've defined all your fields, it's time to save your table. Just hit the Save icon on the Quick Access toolbar, give your table a name, and voila! You've created your first table in Microsoft Access. Remember, tables are the backbone of your database. They hold all the raw data that you will use to create forms, queries, and reports. So, understanding how to create and structure them is crucial to managing your data effectively. Great job on creating your first table. Next, let's learn how to input data into these tables. Your tables are ready. Now it's time to add some data. Let's dive right in. Data input is the heart and soul of database management. Your tables are the skeleton, and the data you input is the flesh that gives it life. Without data, tables are just empty structures. So, how do we breathe life into these tables? It's actually quite straightforward. First, select the table you want to populate. Once you've done that, you'll see a spreadsheet-like layout. This is where you'll input your data. Each row in this layout represents a record. Records are essentially individual entries that make up the data in your table. They could be anything: customers, employees, products. It all depends on your database. Similarly, columns represent fields. Fields are the different pieces of information that make up a record. For instance, if your record is a customer, the fields could be things like their name, address, and contact information. To add a new record, simply click on the first empty row and start typing in your data, field by field. Remember, accuracy is crucial here. Incorrect data can lead to inaccurate results, so take your time and double-check everything. You can navigate through the fields using the Tab key, and if you need to edit any data, just click on the particular cell and start typing. Your changes will be saved automatically. You can also use the Find and Replace feature to quickly update multiple entries. Say you have a batch of products that have increased in price. Instead of manually updating each one, you can use Find and Replace to update them all at once. And there you have it. Your tables are no longer skeletons. They're rich, dynamic structures brimming with data. This is the essence of database management. However, inputting data is just the first step. The real magic happens when you start to interact with this data, analyze it, and draw insights from it. With data in your tables, you're well on your way to managing your database. But how do you organize this data? Queries are the answer. Queries in Microsoft Access help you organize, filter, and retrieve your data. Let's create one. Queries are the heart of a database. They are the means by which you ask questions of your data and get answers. In Microsoft Access, you can create a query by using the Query Design view or the Query Wizard. The Query Design view gives you more control over the specifics of your query, while the Query Wizard simplifies the process by guiding you through a series of steps. To create a query in Design View, you first select the tables that you want to include in your query. Then you add the fields that you want to include in the results. You can also specify criteria to filter the results. For example, you might want to see only the records for customers who live in London. To do this, you would add a condition to the query that filters out any records where the city is not London. Running a query is as simple as clicking the Run button in the Design View. Access will then display the results of your query in a datasheet view. If you want to save your query for future use, you can do so by clicking the Save button and giving your query a name. Queries in Microsoft Access are not just for retrieving data. You can also use them to make changes to your data. For instance, you can use an update query to change the value of a field in multiple records at once. Or you can use a delete query to remove records that meet certain criteria. Queries are a powerful tool in database management. They enable you to view your data in ways that are meaningful to you. They can help you identify trends, spot anomalies, and make informed decisions. They can also save you time by automating tasks that you would otherwise have to do manually. You've made your first query. With this tool, you can manage and organize your data easily. Scene script. Congratulations! You have learned the basics of Microsoft Access. We've taken a journey together, from opening the application to creating your very own database. We've tackled tables, not just creating them, but also inputting data into them. But we didn't stop there, did we? We went a step further and delved into creating and running queries. Each step of this process is vital in managing a database. Microsoft Access is a powerful tool, and you've now got the basic skills to harness its potential. Remember how we created tables and populated them with data? That's your foundation. And those queries we ran, they're your means to retrieve and manipulate your data. So, take these tools, these skills you've learned today, and use them to start managing your own databases with confidence. Remember, practice makes perfect. Until next time, Happy data managing!